Hello children, welcome back. Hope you have done the exercises on algebra children. Now in the chapter on algebra, I have taken all the concepts whatever was to be discussed, the terms, substitution, addition and subtraction of algebraic expressions. Now one thing children, that I try to do almost all type of questions which are given in the exercise so that it is helpful to you when you're solving it, right? Now sometimes it happens that since these chapters, some of the chapters you're doing for the first time, you may not be able to understand while you see the video once. So you have it in your hand, you can easily pause, go back and see the explanation once again. So the concepts would be clear to you. So now this would not be a difficulty that you are having, you have not understood, so things are out of hand. You can always see the videos again and again things till the things are clear to you. Now I take up almost 50%, 40 to 50% of the questions which are in the exercise. As the time allows, I take up most of the questions. Now maths, if you do not practice on your own children, you know that you will never be able to do it or handle the sums without practice. Sufficient practice is needed. Now if most of the questions are solved by me and you do not do it on your own, then there's no point. I want you all to be able to understand things and handle the sums on your own. So that is my objective and I hope you understand that, right? So now I am continuing the next chapter on algebra. Now that is chapter number 13, simple equations. I have written the heading on the board, simple equations. Now we have done expressions. Equation is a new term, right? Till now I was using the word algebraic expressions. I'll let you know what is the difference between expression and equation, right? So let's see, let's start. What is the difference? Why I'm using the word equation now and why I was using the word expression earlier. Now it is linear equations. I'll explain you the term linear equation. Okay. Now in an expression, you do not have equal to sign, right? It's just an expression. Now an expression with the equality symbol, equal to sign, is called as an equation, where it is equated to something. When I'm writing 4x plus 3, it is just an expression, algebraic expression. The moment I write equal to, it can be equated to anything. It can be equated to 0, it can be equated to any integer, it can be equated to any algebraic term. Whatever, if it is equated to, it becomes an equation. Equation, simple equation. It is a simple equation. Now there are many different types of equations. We are going to do linear equation and in one variable. In one variable. Alright. So variable term you know already. All those alphabets which we use, they are all variables, x, y, z. So equation in which only one variable is there, either x or y or z, means it's an equation in one variable. So this is clear? What is the difference between equation and expression and what is one variable? Then the term linear. What is the word? I'm just trying to tell you what is a linear equation, so that after doing this chapter at least you should know what is the meaning of the term linear equation in one variable. Now we have done degree of a polynomial. You remember children? Degree of a polynomial, that I discussed I think in my third video on algebra. You can, if you are degree and polynomial, I think third video I have taken that. So you can see that again to revise the term of degree and all that, right? Well, degree means the power of the variable. Now what is the power of the variable here? 1. What is the power of the variable here? 1. if the degree and this that is the highest power of the variable, highest power of any term is the degree of the equation. Just like polynomials. Just like polynomials, you see that video again, it would be revised. So here, since if the degree of the term is 1, here it is 1. So that is the highest degree because no other term has any alphabet. So if the degree of the equation is 1, then we call it as linear equation. That's all. So what we are going to do now? Linear equation in one variable. So I hope all the terms are clear to you. Right? So now let's continue. Now we can see the first thing I told you, difference between expression and equation. An expression does not have equal to sign. An equation has equal to sign. One thing. We can simplify equation. Remember, if I have 4x plus 2 plus x, I can just simplify it. I can add the like terms or I can subtract the like terms. So you know these are like terms. Now addition and subtraction of algebraic expressions I have discussed in video number 5 and 6 of algebra. Right? So revise it because these are all basic concepts, right? So it is 5x plus 2. This is just an expression, children. It is just an expression and it simplifies to this. We simplify an expression. Simplify. We only simplify an expression. And an equation, we solve an equation. There is a difference. We solve an equation. We simplify an expression where there is no equal to sign and we solve an equation. Solving an equation means to find value of the variable, to find value of the unknown. When we find value of the unknown, we call that as solving linear equation. So this particular chapter is going to teach you that how you can solve simple linear equations. Right, children? So it is simple equation with equal to sign is equal. Linear means, as I told you, degree of the equation is 1. It is a simple linear equation. There are two methods of solving a linear equation. I will be teaching you today to solve linear equations by inverse operation. Okay. First and foremost, let me just take one example. There is a cup of ice cream and exactly same cup of ice cream I have. Exactly same. That is why I will put the symbol equal. Right? Now let's just see very interesting. If I add a cherry here and the same thing is added here. Same cherry is added to both these. I have added the same thing to both the cups which were equal, ice cream cups. Still they would remain equal. Right? That is different. They are different from before, but still both of these are equal. That means if you add something to any number to both sides of the equation, it is again equation. It is equal. It can be done. We can add the same value to both sides of the equation and also they remain equal. Okay, your friend comes all of a sudden and he scoops out this much of ice cream from both the cups. This is removed. He comes, it takes 1 spoon from here, 1 spoon from here. He subtracted some part from this cup also, exactly same from this. Still, since same portion has been removed, they are still equal. That means what? If we subtract the same value, same number from both the sides of the equation, then also they remain equal. They are less than before. That I am not saying. They are less than before, but they are still equal to each other. Now you started to cry because your friend has taken ice cream. So your mother gives you 1 more cup of ice cream. So it is exactly 1 more same cup. 1 more cup, that means it is multiplied by 2. Both sides are multiplied by 2. Here also it is double, here also it is double, 2 times. then also they are equal. That means we can multiply the same number on both sides. Both the sides can be multiplied by the same number, then also both sides are equal. And then if you divide both sides by the same, then also same number, then also things would remain equal. Yes? So this you will remember. If in an equation, if both sides we add same number, they remain equal. Both sides we subtract the same number, both sides remain equal. Both sides you multiply by the same number, they remain equal. Both sides you divide by the same number, they remain equal. So this concept to keep in mind, and let's proceed how to solve equation by solving linear equation. Solving linear equation by, I'll write just abbreviations here, solving linear equation by inverse operation. By inverse operation. Inverse operation. Alright, now I'll tell you what are inverse operation. Operation, inverse operation. Operation, inverse operation. Very simple. Inverse operation of addition is subtraction. Inverse means just the reverse. Inverse operation of negative subtraction is addition. Inverse operation of multiplication is division, and inverse operation of division is multiplication. Now this you should write in your notebook. If you write this in your notebook, it would be helpful to you that what do we do for addition, what is the inverse operation, right? As I solve, then you will understand what is the advantage of this table, and very soon you will be able to remember it also. So let's proceed. So I have taken one example of linear equation here, right? Let's solve it by inverse operation. And I said, what does the word solving means? To find value of unknown. What is the unknown value here? Unknown variable here? X. So if we find value of x, that is called as solving linear equation. Okay. So my example is 4x plus 3. I'll just take simple one, very simple. Another one. X plus 3 is equal to 5. Now if I have to find value of x, I want to know what is x equal to. I have to remove this 3, right? To remove this 3, I'll subtract 3 on this side. Inverse operation of plus 3 is what? Minus 3. So I'll subtract 3. But I can't just subtract on one side, I'll subtract both sides by 3. Because both sides can be subtracted by the same number. So subtracting both sides by 3. So now what you will get? Here it is minus 3 and here it is what? Both sides I have subtracted 3. Right, children? You know plus 3 and minus 3 of course is 0. So what will you get? This is the symbol for steps, which means implies. It implies. So we write for steps we put this symbol. Now this is 0 and this side what it is? 2. Well, what you get? Value of x is 2. So this was one very simple example of how to solve by inverse operation. So if value is plus, its inverse operation would be subtract the same value. If it is minus, its inverse operation would be add the same value. If it is multiplying, then divide the same value. If it is dividing, then multiply. So with this concept in mind, let's start with the exercise. So that exercise would be 13A. Children, do write this statement in your notebook, right? You can pause the video and you can easily write it, right? So now all my previous videos are there. You can always save it and have numbered so that you will have no difficulty in remembering which one it is. This is linear equation, simple equation, first lecture on that. And we are going to solve linear equations in one variable. So I am starting with exercise 13A. Right, children? Okay. So here it's on page number 184, and it is, as you know that I take up from each question, I take up almost half of the questions of the exercise I do with you all, so that it is clear to you. And as I said, if at all any sum is not clear to you, any question or any concept is not clear to you, always go back and see the video once again. So things are quite easy there. So I am taking question number 1, say second subpart, right? Second, fourth, and maybe sixth subpart, right? And let's see how it can be done. So second part is x plus 7 is equal to, let me copy down all the questions. Y plus 2 is equal to minus 6, and z minus 5 is equal to minus 8. Now, let's see. Well, as I said, inverse operation. To find value of x, if 7 is added to it, its inverse operation would be subtract 7 from it. So what is my statement? Subtract 7 from both sides. From both sides. Okay. So now you get x plus 7 minus 7, and both sides to be subtract. We subtract 7 from that. So now this side, what would happen? Plus 7 and minus 7, 0. So x. And now children, see this. Do not be in a hurry. Rules of integers, of addition and subtraction are very, very important, children. Multiplication, division also, all those rules. So revise that, see my integer video, and see that how I have explained you how to handle signs here. And everywhere, wherever we are handling signs, I am giving you as a word of caution. Be very careful when you are handling plus and minus signs, right? So both have opposite sign. We always subtract and put the sign of greater. 7 and 2, when you subtract, you get 5. We subtract the numerical value or absolute value, as I have told you all the time. And what you put? 5. What sign you are going to put? Minus. So this is the solution for value of x is what in this question? Value of x is minus 5, right? Again now, very easy. So if 2 is added, what is inverse operation? We'll subtract 2 from both sides. So that would be my statement. Subtract 2 from both sides. So what do you get? Now here also I am subtracting 2, and from the other side also I am subtracting. Now this side, this 2 and minus plus 2 and minus 2 is 0, cancels off. We can simply cancel it off also. And is equal to, same sign, always add and put common sign. 6 plus 2, 8, and it is common sign minus. So this is how you get the solution. Now let's see what you think is here. Minus 5. What is inverse operation of minus? Plus. So we'll add 5 to both sides. So I am writing statement. Add 5 to both sides. We use say the word both sides of the equal to sign, both sides. So it is the step is z minus 5. So I'll add 2, and to the other side also I'll add 2. Now children, rules of, sorry, I have written 2. It is 5. Sorry, I am so sorry. It is 5. Add 5 to, I have written 5, add 5 to both sides, right? So now this side, you know, it would be 0, right? It cancels off. And now opposite sign, don't make it as minus 13. Many children make that error. No, that is why I tell you always to put positive first and then negative. But remember, opposite sign always subtract. So 8 and 5, 3, and sign of bigger minus 3. So this is your answer in value of z is the answer in this. Right? So addition and subtraction, inverse relation is clear. So if it is added, we subtract. If it is not clear, see this part again of the video and then proceed to the next question. So I am taking question number 2 now. Okay. Question number 2. Alright. So the assignment, children, would be that from each question do even subparts, right? So from each question you will do even subparts and the remaining subparts you practice in your practice register. So I am taking up now question number 2. And again it is solved, that is fine value of x. And I will take up say first and third subpart, because there are only 3 subparts. I take first and third subpart. X by 3 is equal to 6 and the other one is 2x by 4 is equal to 3. Okay, so now it is multiplication. So what is inverse operation for multiplication? Division, right? Remember? So, okay, it is division here, so inverse operation is multiplication. And here it is 2 by 4 is multiplying, so we will divide. So what will I do? Multiply both sides by 3. Both sides by 3. So what do you get? Now here I am multiplying by 3 and even this side I am multiplying by 3. Well, this 3 and this 3 cancels and what do you get? X is equal to 18. Isn't it very simple, children? Right? Now see, it is multiplying by 2 by 4. So you multiply both sides. We'll divide now. Divide both sides because it is multiplying by 2 by 4. We'll divide. Inverse operation of multiplication is division. Divide both sides by 2 by 4. 2 by 4. So 2 by 4 x divided by 2 by 4, 3 divided by 2 by 4. Now you remember fraction rules, children. Don't forget fraction rules. I am doing it here. Well, you remember, children, 2 by 4 x we multiply by the reciprocal 4 by 2. The other side is 3 by 1. That's why I have written 1 underneath. So that you remember it is fraction divided by another fraction. So multiply 4 by 2. Right? Remember? Fractions, multiplication and division, right? Now what can cancel here? You can see it is cancelling. This is, so what you get? And here also nothing is. This is cancelling with the denominator, numerator is reducible. Okay. So what is your answer? X is equal to 3 into 2, 6. We could have reduced here also, but we can do reduce later on, no problem, right? So this is how you proceed with the inverse operation of multiplication and division, right? Again, I'll advise you, till this is not clear, see it again. See this part of the video again before you move on to the next question. So there is no need to panic if you are not able to understand immediately. Always see the video again, no problem that at all. Okay, let's go to question number 3. Right, so now every question will teach you some or the other concept of solving linear equation. So that is why each question is important. And that is why I always advise you, don't leave questions, right? If it is given in the exercise, it means you should be doing it. So question number 3. Again it is solved. I'll take second, fourth, sixth copy the questions. It is 3y is equal to minus 12. 3x minus 5 is equal to 4. And 5z minus 3 is equal to 2. Now this question would again teach you something very, very important in solving linear equation. Now let's see. This is simple. 3 is multiplying, so we divide both. Inverse operation of multiplication is division. So we divide both sides by 3. Divide both sides by 3. So it is 3y divided by 3 minus 12 divided by 3. Now this cancels off. And this is 4, right? So what is your answer, children? Y is equal to minus 4. Very simple. Now, till now, what we were handling, there was single term on both sides. You know the difference between terms, right? How are terms separated? If there is plus or minus sign in between, they are separate terms. Now these questions will teach you something else. Now if you are clear with this concept, then you proceed on with this part. Now see, if you have more than one term along with x, keep only the x term on one side and we'll try to remove the constant from here, right? So I have to first remove the extra constant term. So inverse operation of minus 5 is what? Plus 5. So what will you write? Add 5 to both sides. Add 5 to both sides. So what will you get? 3x minus 5 plus 5 and 4. Now this of course cancels off. 3x is equal to 9. Now you see we are left with only one term, 3. Now it is multiplying. First I said a constant is to be removed. So we have applied inverse operation for constant. Now 3 is multiplying. So divide both sides by 3. Divide both sides by 3. So you get, okay, we'll do it here, 3x by 3. You can see this, 3x is divided by 3 and 9 is also divided by 3. Now again let's reduce the values. 3 is cancelling here and 3 times is 9. So what is left, children? What is left? X is equal to 3. So well, I am writing the answer here. X is equal to 3. Right? So there were two terms. So first we have to get rid of this constant term since it was subtracted. So we add 5 to both sides, inverse operation, and you are able to get, 3x is equal to 9. Now 3 is multiplying, so divide both sides by 3. You remove this 3, you get the value of x, right? Now see what will you do now? Whatever is done there is to be applied there, also it's safe, right? So now this 3 is subtracted, so what will do? Add 3 to both sides. Add 3 to both sides. So 5z minus 3, we add 3 to both sides. Now this of course cancels off. So this is for the step symbol, children. 5. Now what do you think? 5 is multiplying. So we divide both sides by 5. Divide both sides by 5. So what do you get, children? 5z by 5, and here also it is 5 by 5. So let's see if any value is cancelling, right? This cancels, and now see it is 1 here, 5. Reducing means dividing both values by 5, common factor 5. So 5 divided by 5 is 1. So it is 1, not 0. This is also one thing which you have to keep in mind. So what is your final answer, children? I am writing here z is equal to 1. Right? Clear? So the question number 3 teaches you when there is more than one term, how to solve the linear equation. Okay? Now we move on to next part, 4th question. So this part, if it is not clear, please see this portion once again. Now question number 4. So all these questions we are doing by one particular method, that is inverse operation method. There are two methods of solving, majorly two methods of solving. So inverse operation, which I am discussing today, and then in my next class I will discuss the other one. So question number 4, let's take, there are 3 parts. So I take, now they are almost same as this. So I take second part, 4y plus 5 is equal to minus 3. So question number 3 and 4 is almost same. Signs you have to be little careful. Okay. So first is that two terms will remove this constant term plus 5. The inverse operation for addition is subtraction. So what we'll do? Subtract 5 from both sides. From both sides. So when you write minus 5 and minus 5. You subtract 5, so minus 5. Well, this we get rid of. And same sign always add and put common sign. Remember that, right? Now it is multiplying. So inverse operation of multiplication is division. Divide both sides by 4. So I am dividing both sides by 4. Now what is cancelling out, children, here? This is cancelled, 4 and 4. And this is 2, right? A negative divided by positive is also negative. Rules of integers, see that video once again. Right? So y is equal to minus 2. This is your. There is no hurry in doing the questions, children, till the concepts are clear to you. Right? And once it is clear to you, it will be very, very easy. You will see that solving linear equations by inverse operation can be done very easily. Well, so you will view this video and then you will do the assignment for you all is of this exercise, all questions, even subparts. But I would say, children, that don't leave any question. Remaining questions you should practice in your, you should do in your practice register. Only then the things are clear. Without practice, children, maths cannot be understood. You have to do on your own. For that matter, I can solve each question for you on the board, but that would not benefit you. My purpose and objective is that you are able to understand things and handle it on your own. Right? So do it. Take care till we meet in my next video. Bye, children.